The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. UV Express and provincial bus groups will seek for a fare hike if prices of fuel products continue to increase. The UV Express National Alliance of the Philippines is looking at an increase of as much as 2 pesos per kilometer if the cost of diesel reaches 65 pesos per liter. On the other hand, the nagkakaisang samahan ng nangangasiwa ng panlalawigang bus sa Pilipinas will also request an increase in base fare.
Ang problema, dahil nga sa sobrang surge ng fuel, marami ng operators and drivers sabi sa amin ng hinaing pagdating dyan. So, masyado na maliit yung take-home nila. So, we are about to consider it. Sa dami nung hinaing, mukhang makukonsider natin mag-file. Ngayon nga, reasonable na magtaas eh. Talagang pwede na mag-file.
Pag mataas ang presyo ng diesel, yung mga operator, pag alam nila na mahina ang biyahe, hindi na sila bumibiyahe. So kakaunti yung mga sasakyan na nasa daan.
Still on transport, the dry run for the cashless toll collection begins in September. Auto sweep will be accommodated at selected toll plazas at the NAIA X, Skyway, SLEX, Star Tollway, MCX, and TPLEX. The dry run for Easy Trip will run at toll plazas along NLEX, SCTEX, CALAX, and the Cavite C5 South Link, or Cavitex C5 South Link rather. The dry run is set to run for 2 months. 3 years ago, the Transportation Department approved the mandatory use of RFIDs for cashless toll transactions. However, the full implementation was postponed following glitches and complaints from motorists. The Toll Regulatory Board assures it has inspected the efficiency of toll lanes in detecting and collecting data from RFIDs.
And if the assessment is good, maganda na po, ready na ang mga toll classes natin. I-recommenda po namin yan sa DOTR at sila po ang magdidesisyon, sila ang magbibigay ng pasya kung ipapatupad na po.
Moving on to another story, national police jurisdictions will remain unaffected amid the relocation of several barangays and police stations from Makati to Taguig. In today's Laging Handa briefing, a PNP spokesperson Jean Fajardo explained that about half of the affected Makati police force will be part of the turnover. They will stay on to familiarize the Taguig police with duties, after which they will return to Makati.
Yung mga pong mga areas na dati po ay nasa ilalim po ng Makati Police Station ay ito-turn over na po yan sa Taguig City Police Station. Pero ang may maiiwan ng mga ilang personnel po ng Makati Police Station para alalayan din po yung mga magte-take over po ng mga pulis na galing na Taguig. Definitely ay yung pong mga PNP personnel we will be retained by Makati.
More stories coming your way after a quick break. Stay with us. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. Millions of pesos worth of cash, pre-registered SIMs, and smartphones were recently discovered in a POGO hub in Pasay City. The offshore gaming site is supposedly involved in crypto and love scams. Here's the report. In a raid on August 17, 7 million pesos worth of cash was recovered from 32 vaults in a POGO hub in Pasay City. Aside from this, 24,000 pieces of pre-registered SIMs and 9,500 units of smartphones were also collected. Other content of the vaults included foreign SIM cards, passports, credit cards, employment contracts, and promissory notes, as well as bullets, silencer, tasers, and cryptocurrency wallets. According to the Department of Justice, they first raided the establishment on August 1 after receiving information that the POGO hub was involved in crypto and love scams. The POGO was earlier registered with PAGCOR, but due to illegal activities, its license was revoked. 230 foreigners were arrested and are currently detained inside the POGO hub, including Chinese, Malaysian, Vietnamese, Thai, and Myanmar nationals. They are facing charges for violating the Anti-Cybercrime Act, Securities Regulation Code, and immigration laws. Their lawyer, however, refused to comment on the matter.
Meron na silang mga violations, immigration violations. They are being held here under the legal custody of the Bureau of Immigration. They're here now because we have yet to identify or determine the exact culpability or liability of these foreigners still here.
The foreigners will also be facing charges for violating the SIM registration law after authorities found out that they used fake names to register SIM cards. Meanwhile, around 400 Filipinos were temporarily released for further investigation.
Hindi pa natin ma-certain yung talagang participation nila dito. However, from the raid itself, mukhang sila po ay naging mga agents, computer operators, kung saan they act or pretend to be other people that they are really not. Doon sa love scam, kahit yung mga lalaki, they pose as girls, trying to hook victims. For cryptocurrency investments, they pretend to be mga cryptocurrency experts or brokers.
The DOJ said they are now also looking into the possibility that the POGO hub is involved in money laundering activities too. The Anti-Money Laundering Council, or AMLC, was already tasked to freeze the assets of the POGO. The DOJ suspects the POGO hub in Pasay City as well as those in Clark and Las Piñas belonging to a big network. In fact, around 20 foreigners in Pasay have already been apprehended in previous raids.
Yung iba sa kanila ay galing po sa Hongtay, sa Clark at Las Piñas raid. Meron din tayong information na yung ibang vault, ang laman naman nun ay galing din sa Hongtay. Yun po yung safe assumption ho natin, no, na lahat ng mga grupo na ito ay either nagtutulungan or they share the same resources of people.
The building's owners have yet to come forward and answer questions from authorities. The DOJ is now coordinating with the Pasay LGU to trace the said individuals. Veteran broadcaster Jay Sonza remains locked up even after two Quezon City courts junked two separate charges against him. Quezon City RTC Branch 100 provisionally dismissed the syndicated and large-scale illegal recruitment charges because the private complainants did not attend the hearing. This means that the case can only be revived with new evidence within 2 years. Meanwhile, another QC RTC branch also dismissed Sonza's illegal recruitment case. The broadcaster will remain in jail pending resolution of his libel and estafa cases. While these cases are bailable, Sonza will still have to undergo verification to determine if he has any other cases with outstanding warrants of arrest. The BJMP is also waiting for the document that proves Sonza has posted bail. Here now is a glance at today's other top stories. A missing inmate of the Bureau of Corrections has been rearrested in Angono, Rizal. Michael Angelo Cataroha was nabbed in his cousin's house a little over a month since bolting prison. Bucor will conduct an investigation on how Cataroha was able to escape bilibid. A Quezon City court has issued a restraining order on the Land Transportation Office's contract with a supplier of plastic driver's license cards. This is after one of the losing bidders filed a complaint for getting disqualified from the bidding. Recall that the Transportation Department had promised back to normal supply of licenses by September, since the company in question has already delivered 5,000 pieces of plastic plates. The Quezon City local government has ordered an investigation after a part of the wall in the city has collapsed. The probing team will look to identify the construction system being employed in the area. Initial reports said a scenic elevator was being built on the part where the wall collapsed. A construction worker died while 3 others were injured in the incident. One News Now will be back at 6 p.m. for more stories. I'm Denise Tan, reminding you that the FIBA World Cup starts on August 25. Support Gilas, support Team Pilipinas, watch and buy tickets to the biggest sports event of the year. Let us all root for our team.